Hey guys, so this is a little weird, right? You guys thought I might be in New Jersey because last time I said I was going to New Jersey to find some snakes and turtles in the Delaware River, but actually where I am in New York, it's still like way too cold, and it's also really cold in New Jersey, so there was no reptiles when I went to New Jersey last weekend. But I'm actually on spring break right now, and I'm actually down here in the southern United States again. Not Florida this time, South Carolina, which is a state I've only been to once before when I was really young. So this is kind of like a new experience for me to be at this state. And there's so many cool animals in this swamp, I think. I've heard there's like reptiles, definitely some amphibians, probably some lizards, alligators, frogs, all sorts of cool animals. So I'm just gonna go out here and see what I can find in this beautiful bayou swamp reserve area. It's really cool. So yeah, see what we can find. The swamps of the southern United States are truly a very unique habitat. I mean, there's so many bizarre and interesting creatures there that personally for me, living in the northern United States, it's just so majestic, and the scenery itself is so beautiful, like the Spanish moss hanging from the huge tall trees in the water and the huge stumpy stalactite-shaped growths coming out of the ground. There's so many amazing things about the southern United States swamps. And I think probably the most amazing thing of all is the animals, because there are some amazing reptiles and insects. There's lizards, alligators, beetles, bees, flies, all sorts of amazing animals. In this video I found tons of different kinds of animals. Some a little more familiar to some of you guys, and some a little weird. Is a green anole, my favorite species of anole. And this one is actually brown. And this lizard species actually is sometimes called a chameleon in this part of the world because they can actually change their color. If you can see, this part of their body is green, like right on the back right here, it's green, and then this part is brown. And the reason he's brown is because he's very agitated right now because I just caught him basically, and basically he was just right here, and I just went like that and got him. Got him. Just barely though. Oh.
Don't hurt him.
Oh, he's gonna bite. Okay. Oh, that's another green anole right there. You can see the green pigment on this one. Very distinct. And the way you can tell the green anole from a brown anole is his snout is much narrower, almost like a crocodile's snout. And this is the kind of anole I was trying to catch in Florida, but I could not find one because in Florida, the brown anoles are actually an invasive species, and they have been decimating this species of anole. But here in South Carolina, this is the only species of anole, and look at that beautiful striping on his back there. There he is. See how she's turning brown? I think this is a female. See how she's turning brown because she's getting agitated. These are just like chameleons. They change their color with their mood. So when they're, happy and agile, they're green, and her head right now is brown and black because she is being caught by a predator, technically, even though I'm not going to actually eat her. And there she goes, back into the wild. So just to clarify, even though I said that in the South, green anoles are called chameleons, they're not actual chameleons. They're actually just normal lizards, actually the same family as iguanas. And chameleons are a completely different family that live in Madagascar. I don't know if you guys can see this right now, but that right there is called a common musk turtle or a stink pot. And the reason they're called stink pots is because their shells actually smell pretty bad, kind of like a skunk. And those apparently have been known to bite fishermen and stuff, almost as aggressive as snapping turtles. And I've never seen one of these before in the wild, and that's super cool. Wow, look at this cool plant. What? Oh, what the hell? Whoa, what the heck is that? What? Look at this, guys. This is an armadillo. Look at the bones. You know, I would collect this for my museum if it wasn't so disgusting. Bloody hell. That's like a whole armadillo husk. See, I've never seen a wild armadillo before, so this is actually pretty crazy. Wow, that's... I wonder if somebody killed that, or if that was just naturally... Maybe some animal killed it or something? I don't know. That is bizarre, though.
It's easy to get complacent in the swamp. What with all the cute lizards, the beautiful scenery, and the very slow-moving turtles, it's hard to imagine some animals in the swamp being dangerous. But there are some creatures out here that you should do your best to stay away from.
I think this is just a big pile of sand, right? Do not be fooled. Let me get a stick here. I'm gonna poke this pile of sand, and look at that. Look at all those ants. That is an insane fire ant colony. Holy crap. Look at them all rushing out of there. That is so many fire ants. And they sting pretty bad. I've gotten stung by fire ants before. It is not pleasant. And I'm not crazy like Coyote Peterson. I'm not gonna stick my hand in there and get stung 100 times. Goodness gracious. That right there is a juvenile American alligator. And he's about maybe 3 feet long, maybe 2.5 feet. Not a giant, but definitely an interesting animal. Now these animals obviously live all over the southern United States. And if you live in the southern United States, you're definitely probably familiar with the American alligator. I barely ever see them in the wild because I don't go down to the south very often. But it's actually illegal to touch or catch alligators in the United States. And even if it wasn't illegal, I wouldn't try to catch this one because, well, it's obviously very dangerous. And, you know, they can give you a really bad bite. But that's a very amazing animal. You gotta give the alligator respect because at any moment they could lunge, bite the camera, something like that, you know? So if you ever see an alligator, give it your most respect possible. It's a very majestic creature. Guys, these right here, I don't know if you can see this right now, but these are baby gators. Baby alligators. And I would... Look, there's one right here. Let me see if I can get this one right here. They just sort of hide in this little duckweed shallow area. And it's hard for predators to find them in this shallow duckweed. And this is actually... I've never seen a baby gators like this before. They're almost like giant water lizards. And did you hear that, guys? Did you hear that? That is that's the sound they make. That's the sound they make when they feel frightened and they want their mom to come and help them, which is why probably be careful because the mom gator is probably not too far away. But let me just see if I can get some more shots of these baby gators. This duckweed pool basically is sort of like a nursery for these babies. And they sort of just hang out here and it's just like basically just where they hang out. And it's very safe from predators because, well, let's be honest, the really big gators that might eat these guys are way out there. So this is a very safe refuge for the baby gators. And I've never seen a baby gator in the wild before. This is an amazing animal. Wow. I've held them in like zoos and stuff, but I've never ever seen one. They look so different from the adults too. The adults are completely black, while these ones have sort of a yellow and black striping.
So as we can see, the southern United States is home to many, many different creatures, from giant gators to tiny little lizards that are easy to catch, from slow-moving turtles to stinging ants. The South really has a plethora of creatures, and some of them are very nice and very easy to find and catch. Some of them are very dangerous and you're not allowed to catch them at all. And so if you ever get the chance to go down to the southern United States, I highly recommend it. There's tons of animals down there. I'm also probably going to be making another video because not only am I in South Carolina, I'm actually going to Georgia. But I'm going to Georgia, I think Savannah, Georgia, which is up. I think I've only been to that state once before, and I barely know anything about that state other than it's from the South. But, yeah, I'm probably going to be going to some more wildlife places in Georgia. So stay tuned for another video, hopefully later this week. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.